Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a look inside a building that's been a work in progress for, well, longer than any of us have been alive. It's a structure that's as much a story as it is a church. We're diving into Barcelona's absolutely incredible Sagrada Familia. Get this, over 140 years. That's how long this basilica has been under construction. In our world of skyscrapers going up in a flash, that number is almost impossible to wrap your head around. So what on earth has taken so long? And that's the big question we're going to tackle today, isn't it? We're going to unpack the history, the incredible vision, and just the sheer ambition behind a project that has already outlived its creator and continues to reach for the heavens. To really understand the Sagrada Familia, first you have to grasp its timeline. And trust me, this isn't just a construction schedule, it's a historical saga written in stone. The very first stone was laid way back in 1882. Just to put that in perspective, that's before the Eiffel Tower was built, before cars were even a thing. This Roman Catholic basilica in Barcelona, Spain, is without a doubt one of the longest-running architectural projects in all of history. All right, you can't talk about this building without talking about the man himself. To get the building, you really have to get the mind of its visionary architect. Meet Antoni Gaudí. Now, he wasn't just some architect hired for a job. He poured his entire soul into the Sagrada Familia. It became his life's work, a testament to his faith and, of course, his unbelievable artistic genius. Gaudí's design is this brilliant mashup of influences. On the surface, you totally see the soaring heights of Gothic architecture and those flowing, organic lines of Art Nouveau. But as you can see here, his deepest, truest inspiration was something way more elemental, the natural world itself. He famously wanted the inside of the church to feel just like a forest. And he wasn't kidding. You walk in and look up, and the columns literally rise and branch out over your head, like a stone canopy of trees. But it wasn't just for looks. He studied nature to figure out stronger, better ways to build. He used these revolutionary techniques, like catenary arches, that perfect curve a hanging chain makes, to support the whole thing without needing huge, clunky supports on the outside. He brought the forest's beauty and its brilliant engineering right inside the church. 15. What's that about? Well, for the last 15 years of his life, Gaudi worked on absolutely nothing else. This project was it. He lived and breathed the Sagrada Familia. I mean, that's a level of dedication you just don't see anymore. Okay, so let's zoom in a bit on the building itself, because this isn't just pretty architecture. Every single element is jam-packed with symbolism. It's telling a story in stone. This is the Nativity facade, and it is so special because it's the one and only part that Gaudí himself actually saw completed. It is just an explosion of sculpture telling the story of the birth of Christ with so much detail you could stare at it for days and still find new things. Now, you can't miss the towers, right? They completely define the Barcelona skyline. The final plan calls for a grand total of 18 spires, and believe me, every single one has a very specific and profound meaning. So here's the breakdown. You've got 12 towers for the apostles, 4 for the evangelists, a special one dedicated to the Virgin Mary, and then right in the middle, the tallest one of all, representing Jesus Christ. When it's finally finished, it's going to soar to 172.5 meters. That's about 566 feet, making the Sagrada Familia the tallest church on the planet. Just wow. But a vision this huge, this grand, it takes more than a genius architect, right? It takes resources, a lot of them. So how has a project this massive been funded for over 100 years? Well, that brings us to its other incredible story, its legacy as the People's Cathedral. Today, of course, the Sagrada Familia is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But what's truly mind-blowing is its funding. There's no government money here, no big corporate checks. Nope. It is paid for entirely by private donations and by the millions of tourists who buy tickets to see it every single year. And that was the whole point. This was Gaudí's vision right from the start. He wanted it to be an expiatory temple, basically a church funded by the offerings of its supporters. And that means every visitor, every donor becomes a part of its ongoing creation story. And that connection is very real. I mean, if you go today, you're not just looking at a historical monument from behind a rope. You can actually go up, climb some of the completed towers, and get the most breathtaking panoramic view of Barcelona, connecting the city's past, present, and future. So all of this leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. When this masterpiece is finally finished, Will its true beauty be in that completed design? Or is the real magic found in the incredible, century-long journey of faith, art, and human perseverance that it took to build it?